Hello everyone, welcome to Gigi and Pawpaw's Kitchen.
Hi y'all, thanks for stopping in, and today we are going to be doing a good crispy double dip fried chicken.
In a cast iron skillet.
Yes. So here I have about 8 chicken thighs, and all I put in here was milk and pickle juice, and if you mix those two together it gives you a buttermilk. So that's been sitting about 2 hours in the refrigerator. I just took that out. So here I have about 3.5 cups of flour because I'm going to be doing a double dip. So I probably are going to waste a little bit of flour, but that's okay. And I'm going to go in with a good healthy pinch of smoked paprika. There's a lot of flour in here, so you want to season heavy-handed.
Absolutely. Want a lot of seasonings in your flour.
And use whatever you guys like. If you just want salt and pepper, then just do salt and pepper. It's up to you. Going with a good dash of salt. I like to use Himalayan or sea salt. Here I'm going to go in with some cayenne pepper. Not a ton. Give it some flavor and a little kick. I'm going to go in with some good garlic powder. A good bunch of that. I would use onion powder, but I don't have any. And I'm also going to go in with a little bit of garlic salt. Make it too salty. And then I like celery seed in mine. So you guys don't have to use that. A lot of people don't. A lot of people do. So we're going to get this mixed up together, and then we're going to start dredging our chicken.
Alrighty.
Okay, y'all. So you want your flour to be able where you can see some of your spices. And I always like to put some flour, extra flour, on my landing pad where my chicken is going to end up. So let's get to doing this.
Let's get to giving them a bath.
Uh-huh.
We're going dipping.
I'm going to go double dipping. Let me get me a couple pieces in here. Some are small, some are bigger. They don't have, these just happen to not have any skin, and that's okay. Especially for fried chicken. But if you like skin on them, go ahead. I just bought them. They were on sale and they look good. So there they go for the second dip. And what happens is you're dipping your chicken, you're going to get these little pockets of buttermilk and pickle juice mixed in with your flour, and that's going to make your crunchies. And it's going to be delicious. And you want to be a little aggressive with you want to press that breading down in them. And then just give them a nice little
Another little dip.
Dip-a-roo. Let her drip just a second.
And then right back into the flour.
Try to keep a wet hand, dry hand. I'm 61 years old and I still haven't mastered it. So, and I wear half of it, and that's okay.
Yeah. It's made with love is all that matters.
And it's fun to cook. And you want to get, see how the chicken has different, like little, you want to just get in there and you want to get real with it.
Wet hand dry.
Yep, that's okay.
But it's battered.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be yummy. I put them back in a clean bowl because it'll help save a little bit of mess. Because you're going to want to shake off some of your excess. And it's just for damage control. There we go. Lay it
Hot oil ready. In a cast iron skillet. We're actually going to freeze some of these.
Yes.
Because we'll never eat 10 or 12 pieces between me and Gigi.
No, we will not.
She's just going to lay us a few in there, 3 or 4 in there until they get golden brown. And we'll be eating chicken here in a few minutes.
Our grease is right at about 350.
Yep.
And this will cool it down to about 325. And I mean, they're swimming in the grease.
Yes, they are. Alrighty. In order to freeze the chicken that you're not going to use after you batter them, lay it on some parchment paper. You're going to wrap it in parchment paper before you stick it in your freezer bag.
See how nice and crispy they are?
Absolutely. The batter perfect. See how the batter's sticking?
So I'm going to do 5 of these, Papa.
There you go. We'll do 5, and then we'll have about 5 to eat.
Yes, sir.
Be perfect.
We're going to lay these in the freezer until they're frozen, then we're going to put them in a freezer bag. Okay, y'all, I know I preach this all the time, but please take your pot holder, oven mitt, and stick it on your cast iron skillet.
That way nobody touches it and gets burnt, because it gets extremely hot also.
A child can come up.
Yes.
Or someone can come rushing in the kitchen and you immediately go to grab.
Whether you're frying on top of the stove or if it just come out of the oven, we always throw our oven mitt on.
Yes, sir. Look at that, Papa.
I mean, it looks beautiful. It smells scrumptious.
Woo. Second turn.
Look at there, y'all. It's just about ready. Talk about some good fried chicken.
Woo.
All right, y'all. Just drop the second batch. First batch is done, and look how crunchy it is, and all the batter stuck right to it. Woo. Yes, for nothing but crisp.
Crispy, crispy, delicious.
I mean juicy, y'all. I just took a bite, boy, you done that good. Real good.
Okay, y'all, so here we have our delicious fried chicken. I made a green bean casserole just for something fun to do.
There's a video of that.
Yep, we're going to skip the potatoes tonight. And I'm just going to go with a small piece of chicken and more veggies. And we're going to call it dinner. Papa's going to dip his in Sweet Baby Ray's. And if you want, you can save some of your flour and you can make a gravy with some extra of your grease. Just make a roux, put some flour, milk, get it good, and you can pour it over your chicken if you like.
Any sauce that you want to use.
Yep. So thanks so much for stopping by. We hope that you try it and that you make it. And cook something for your family. Make it with love.
Thanks, y'all. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Bye, kids. Thanks so much. Please subscribe.